This plant in Portuguese, or in Brazil specifically, they call it Taioba. It's one of the most important food crops in the entire world. It's a staple in places in Africa, Asia, and Latin America. And mainly it's grown for its roots. And the roots, in Spanish they call it malango, yautía, poi, which is taro from Hawaii. It has many, in Brazil they call it inhame. Well, in parts of Brazil and also many parts of West Africa, they also eat the leaves. In West Africa they call it contumely, in Brazil they call it taioba.
Andrew's growing about 100 plants, I think,
At least 100, maybe more.
Right,
Yeah.
and then when it comes to cultivation, it would probably be going. Well, we have to figure out what Andrew's plan is in terms of selling it, or how to get it into the hands of the cooks. We're looking at connecting also to local restaurants as far as maybe a single ingredient that they can incorporate into their existing menus.
People usually eat like a cabbage, and and they cut the leaves and throughout the veins and stuffed or raw, and it's very healthy, and people like a lot this kind. In Brazil it's so common, and here too, because people here like spinach, and this is like spinach too.
Frank has had a relationship to the island off and on recreationally as well as professionally, I think he said for about 10 years. And when he came this spring, and just now, today, he worked with Elio Silva, and Elio contacted IGI to help support in connections and perhaps marketing and different opportunities, but for a long-term plan in terms of growing local Brazilian food now and today on the vineyard. So right now Frank is working with Andrew Woodruff down at the new Whippoorwill farm to be growing the Taioba, and we're looking for a home currently for the Japanese squash, which I'm not even going to try to pronounce in Portuguese. So as really kind of a pilot program here in terms of UMass Amherst and connecting the farmers and the Brazilian community.
It's literally from the Amazon. I always say we live in the tropics. Our tropics is just like 3 or 4 months. So it grows very well in our climate, but obviously they don't have snow in the Amazon. So what happens is there it'll grow for many years, and they just keep cutting it and it just keeps producing. But here what we'll do is at the end of the season you can dig up the corms, and you can put it in a pot and you can bring it into your home. There's 2 things you could do. One, you could just kind of let it dry and it'll actually go dormant, and then in the spring you can grow it again. Or if you put it near a window and keep the temperature at a reasonable level, you can continue to grow it and continue to get leaves. It's not going to produce as much, but you can do it.